All right, class, this was our third example for prime factorization. We're going to move on to example number 4. We're in part 3 of our factorization videos. All right, so example 4, last example, is prime factor 1500. 1500. Okay, we're going to prime factor 1500. All right? All right, here we go. Let's go ahead. We can start kind of up here. We're going to write kind of not so big. So we can see it on there. Yeah, we can see it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and prime factor 1500. We're going to make our tree branch kind of small, right? So we're going to start off with 2 again, like we like to. I'm going to circle it because I know 2 is a prime number. 2 times what will give me 1500? Okay, so it's going to be 750. And again, if you didn't know that, right? If you didn't know that, you can come over here and divide 1500 divided by 2, right? Just like we've done in class. 1500 divided by 2, we know that 1500 will get rained on. It's going to go inside. 2 on the out. 2 into 15, because 2 will go into 1. 2 into 15, 7 times. 2 times 7 is 14. 15 minus 14 is 1. Bring down my 0. Right? So remember, it's divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. 2 into 10, 5 times. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Bring down this 0. We have to put a number here, right? 2 goes into 0. 0 times 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. And so we end up with 750 as our quotient, right, of 1502. So we know our answer should have been 750, like we said. Okay? So again, that's just in case you're having trouble knowing half of 1500, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and go over here. We're going to go ahead and do another branch because we know 750 is not prime, right? So, it's not prime, so because we can still divide. 2, half of 750. Right, so half of 700, we could say it's 350, right? And then half of 50 is 25, so we know it should be 375. Right? Again, if you're having trouble with that, come over here. Look, come to the side. Ain't nothing, no shame again. Come to the side. 750 and half of it, right? Divided by 2. 2 into 7, 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down this 5. 2 into 15, 7 times. 2 times 7 is 14. 15 minus 14 is 1. Bring down my 0. 2 into 10, 5 times. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. So we end up with 375 like we said, right? But again, if you can do that in your head, nice. If you can't, that's also okay. So 2 is prime, 375. Okay? Now, is 375 even? No, it's not. So we have to divide it by something else other than 2, right? And so we know 5 is in the ones place. That's right here, right? Ones, tens, hundreds. This is the ones place, the 5. And since it's in the ones place, we know we can divide by 5. So let's do that. So we're going to do that over here this side this time. 375 divided by 5. That means our branch, we're going to have 5 there. Okay? We're going to have 5 there. 5 into 3, we can't. 5 into 37, yes, 7. 5 times 7 is 35. Right? And then 7 minus 5 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. Bring down this 5. 5 into 25, 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 minus 25 is 0. Okay, so we end up with 75. That means 5 times 75 is 375. And we know 5 is a prime number. Now we got to work on the 75. Again, we could think of quarters, right? We could think of quarter. We could divide by 5. But again, on this one, I would think about quarters, right? 3, right? We know that the number 3, right? 3 times what will give me 75? We actually had that in our previous problem, right? We actually had that in our previous problem. Okay, so we know that it is 25. Because 3 times 25 is a quarter, 3 quarters, 75. That kind of thing will help us. circle 3 because 3 is prime. And then 25 is 5 times 5, just like we did on our previous example, right? And so we end up with 1,500. I'm going to go ahead and erase this because it's in the way of what we're going to write. 1,500 equals 2 times 2. I'm putting my dots for my multiplication. Remember, use the dots. Times 5 times 3 times 5 times 5. Okay? And notice they're not in order, right? They don't have to be in order necessarily, right? I like to write them in order, so I'm going to rewrite it in order. That means like from least to greatest. 2 times 2 times 3, because there's a 3 there, times 5 times 5, and there's another 5. All right, so this is expanded form. This was our standard form, right? 1,500 was our standard form. This is our expanded. Let me go ahead and erase this as well. And write standard here, standard. This is standard form. This is expanded form. And so we want to go ahead and write an exponential form. How many 2's do we have? We have 2 2's times 1 3. Just one of the 3's, right? There's no other 3's. And how many 5's do we have? We have 3 5's. So this is exponent form. Okay, exponent form. All right, that's our fourth and final example. Thanks for watching, guys.